Hello, fellow crafters. I'm Maya, and welcome to Real English Today from Craft Your English. You know that feeling when you're so absorbed in something that hours pass like minutes? When your hands are busy, but your mind feels calm? That's flow. And today, I want to talk about something I've been rediscovering lately: the joy of a hands-on hobby. Last week, I spent an entire Saturday afternoon just making things with my hands. No phone notifications, no scrolling, just me, some yarn, and this mess of a scarf that's slowly becoming something real. And I realized I hadn't felt that peaceful in months. So today, we're exploring why hobbies that use our hands might be exactly what we need in our screen-filled lives, and how they can actually help your English learning too. Let's start with that word I mentioned, flow. In psychology, flow is when you're so focused on an activity that everything else disappears. Time feels different. You're not thinking, you're just doing. And here's what's fascinating. Hands-on hobbies are one of the easiest ways to get into flow. When you're painting, baking, woodworking, or even gardening, your hands and mind work together in this beautiful rhythm. Research shows that these repetitive creative motions actually calm our nervous system. It's like meditation, but you get a scarf at the end. In English, we have this phrase, lost in the work. That's flow. You're lost in the best way possible. Now, here's something I love about hands-on hobbies. They give you something tangible. That means something you can touch, something real and physical. Think about your day. How much of what you do exists only on screens? You send emails, they disappear into inboxes. You create documents, they live in the cloud. Even your photos are just pixels. But when you bake bread, you can hold it in your hands. You can smell it, share it. That loaf of bread is proof that you made something real. There's actually a term for this in English, the fruits of your labor. It means the real, visible results of your hard work, and hands-on hobbies give you those fruits, sometimes literally, if you're into gardening. This tangible feedback is so important for our sense of accomplishment. In a world where so much feels abstract or digital, making something with your hands reminds you, I can create, I can build, I can make something from nothing. Here's where it gets really interesting for us language learners. Hands-on hobbies teach you something essential: patience with the process. When I first started knitting, every stitch was a struggle. I'd drop stitches, have to unravel entire rows, start over again and again. Sound familiar? It's exactly like learning English. But here's the beautiful thing. With hands-on hobbies, you can actually see your progress. Your first pot is wobbly. Your 10th pot, still wobbly, but less. Your 20th? Now we're talking. This visible improvement does something powerful. It reminds you that slow progress is still progress. That phrase right there is something I wish every English learner would tattoo on their heart. In English-speaking cultures, especially American culture, there's often this pressure for instant results. But hands-on hobbies push back against that. They say, no shortcuts, just show up. Keep your hands moving. Trust the process. And that mindset, it transforms not just your hobby, but how you approach everything, including learning English. One last thing I want to mention. Hands-on hobbies often lead to the most wonderful conversations. When you have a hobby, you suddenly have something to talk about. Not small talk about the weather, real conversation. How did you learn that? What materials do you use? Can you show me? And for English learners, this is gold, because hobby conversations are specific, visual, and repetitive, all the things that help you learn naturally. You learn words like texture and technique. You practice giving instructions. First, you fold it here, then blah. You describe processes, share tips, ask questions. Plus, hobby communities are often incredibly welcoming. They want to share their craft. So you're practicing English with patient people who are excited to teach you, not just the language, but the skill itself. Now let's make sure you can actually use these expressions. Here are the most important phrases from today. Flow state, complete absorption in an activity. Tangible, something physical you can touch. Fruits of your labor, the visible results of your hard work. Unravel, to undo something woven or knitted, also used metaphorically. Patience with the process, accepting that learning takes time. Small talk, light, casual conversation. Texture, how something feels to touch. Let's practice using these in real conversation. If someone asks you about a hobby, you could say, I love woodworking because I can hold the result in my hands. It's so tangible. Or, pottery helps me get into a flow state. I'm completely lost in the work. Here's a speaking prompt for you. Think about a hands-on hobby you'd like to try, or one you already do. How would you describe the fruits of your labor? What would you create? Practice saying it out loud. Really, right now. Pause the video if you need to. This is how we learn, by actually using the language, not just hearing it. So here's my reflection question for you, and I really want to hear your answer in the comments. What's one hands-on hobby you'd love to try, or one you used to do that you miss? Maybe it's baking, painting, gardening, sewing, building model trains, whatever calls to you. Tell me about it. And challenge yourself. Use at least one phrase we learned today in your comment. Remember, fellow crafters, in a world of screens and speed, making something with your hands is an act of rebellion. It's a reminder that slow progress is still progress, whether you're learning to knit, learning to bake, or, yes, learning English. This scarf might be a mess, but it's my mess, and every stitch is teaching me something. And if you're enjoying these conversations about modern life and how we navigate it, that's exactly what Real English Today is all about. Every Wednesday, one of us, whether it's me, Liam, Chloe, or Sage, explores a topic from contemporary culture, psychology, or everyday life through the lens of English learning. So make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss what we're exploring next week. Until then, keep crafting your English, your hobbies, your life. See you next time.